Are skinny drops actually burning fat or just burning through your wallet? If someone told you that a few drops under your tongue could fix your hormones, balance cortisol, erase anxiety, burn belly fat, and help you have better sleep, would you believe it? God, I hope not. What if I told you it was all part of a multi-level marketing pitch using homeopathy dressed up as science? Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees, and if you're new here, I make videos exposing the manipulative tactics and false claims used in MLM companies and fitness influencers as well. And today we're diving into the wild world of Slenderiiz, also known as skinny drops, sold through partner.co, an MLM formerly known as Recruitment. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but here we are. So let's talk about it. What even are skinny drops? Skinny drops are actually two products called Slenderiix and Accelerate. It's promoted as a homeopathic formula designed to balance your body and help you lose weight. They're sold in bright yellow bottles with claims that range from weight loss and hormone regulation to curing night sweats, depression, anxiety, high cholesterol, and even grief. You heard that right. Some of these reps are claiming that taking these products can cure grief. Oh my God. Here's the first of many red flags. These are homeopathic drops. That means that the active ingredients are diluted to the point that they are virtually non-existent. I talked about that a little bit in one of the previous videos on the product called Fix. You can check that out. I'll list that in the video description as well. Science doesn't back them up, and neither does the FDA. These are really serious claims. Let's talk about the lack of science. Despite claims like what we're going to hear shortly, I lost 35 pounds from hormone balance and my anxiety disappeared in 1 week. There are no peer-reviewed independent clinical studies validating these products. The only study often cited comes from the company itself, an internal trial with no control group, no published data, and no external review. I wanted to cover that right off of the bat because that is extremely important considering the claims that these reps are making, and many of you are probably seeing them as well. And in fact, the UK's Advertising Standards Authority already ruled that claims made by Slenderiiz were misleading and couldn't be substantiated with evidence. So when someone tells you their product balanced their hormones, first of all, ask them which hormones and how they work. You'll stop them in their tracks. If they're claiming that it melted fat in their sleep, that's anecdotal evidence being weaponized as a sales pitch. So let's get into today's video. Thank you to the individual that sent this video my way. I appreciate you. This is somebody named Ashley, and she is in this company, and she's doing a dual live with a friend of hers, probably somebody in her upline, downline, or sideline. And let's see what they have to say about it.
Hello, happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So I am so excited because my friend Ashley is going to come up. I'm hoping this works. I've never done it where I've had to invite somebody onto one of my lives. So we are going to, oh, she's already here. She wants to join. So I'm excited for you to hear from her about her experience with these drops, because you hear about me all the time, but I want you to hear from somebody else. So let's see. Did I do it? I think I did it.
Hi.
I did it! Hooray! Can you hear me?
I love how excited we get.
I know. Oh, I
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We're good?
Hey, I'm blocking. As I block the camera, I'm just going to make it louder on my end so I can make. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, we talk all the time, but then I don't get to see your face. So
I know, isn't it funny? We're like, hi, I get to see your face.
Yes. Awesome. So we both share about these drops all the time. We love.
I'm going to pause her right there because already I'm a little uncomfortable. We're barely 1 minute in and they're already bathing in MLM love bombing. We just want to share our story. We're suddenly taking miracle drops that fix everything but your credit score. Come on.
These products. I just wanted to I wanted to ask you, give us like a little bit of an idea of your experience, because we all have different experiences. And as I've been saying a lot, you know, we've all experience weight loss. It's great for weight loss, but there's also so many other benefits. So I'm just, and everybody is different. So everybody has a different experience. So I would love for you to share about yours.
Yeah, sure. So I started using these drops actually March 15th was a year.
Oh.
Like, and I have them.
Oh yeah.
In a koozie that says, "Let's get naked."
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I think I'm about a year too. Actually, I gotta look at my anniversary.
Yeah. So March 15th. And I actually started them not for weight loss, even though I needed to lose weight. I was in absolute denial, I guess, that I needed to. I started them for hormone balance.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, over the last year, I've lost 35 pounds with balancing my body, balancing my hormones, balancing my cortisol levels. So that's been like a nice side effect. But again, I was in total denial and did not realize how fluffy I was. I'll post my picture in the comments when we're done, just because, I mean, it's been a huge change. Like, anytime I say 35 pounds, I think, God, that's 35 pounds, whatever, you know what I mean? But it really is a big amount. Like, taking 35 pounds off your body is huge. Yeah, it is huge.
Even
It's
when
like,
you
and you don't
see those
think about
pictures
it.
of people like with 5 pounds, and then you see the picture of them like holding what 5 pounds looks like. That's even big. So
she lost 35 pounds. There's no mention of her changing her diet. That's not weight loss science. That's a setup to sell you on effortless results, which is a classic MLM bait. That's what we're seeing here.
Well, and I'll talk about this in a minute too, but over the last year, like, I haven't been strict, with my diet or anything. So I'm going to get to that point, in a second and talk about that and how you
lost 35 pounds over the last year. I feel like a time frame would have been important to mention that, because I'm going to pause my commentary and let her finish, because I know I'm about to say, I know we all know where this is going.
Like 10x it if you want to, But like I said, I started just because of hormone imbalance. I was actually at night sweats like every single night, and just kind of thought, well, I guess that's the normal thing. I had done pellets, the ones that, I don't know if you know about those, but the bioidentical.
I've heard about those.
Yeah. So I'd done the bioidentical pellets for like a couple years, and they didn't really help, but I just kept using them, and I kept having night sweats. And mood swings and hot flashes.
They're supposed to work.
And depression. Yeah, I mean, I still had all the stuff, and so I just thought, okay, well, whatever. This is just how life is supposed to be, because I'm taking these bioidentical pellet things and whatever.
Night sweats can signal serious health issues, but here, they're being used as a sales hook. This is nothing more than emotional manipulation masked as wellness advice. These are not people that you should be trusting with your health.
And like I said, night sweats every night. So bad that I had to change the sheets basically every day. My husband was like, I love you, but this is the most disgusting thing ever.
Go to the doctor. There are many options that the doctor can give you. Please do not listen to these people and go to the doctor.
Because like
Johnny.
Yeah, poor Johnny. My side would get all wet, and then I would move over to his side, and he'd be like, why are you on my side? I'm like, because it's dry land. Scoot over,
That's awesome.
So by the end of the night, he's like got this much room, in the bed. And I'm like, I don't care. I can't be where it's all wet.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was like, I totally laugh about it now, but that was like a major thing, and then I started to notice those were going away. The other thing I started to notice is I wasn't crying like 3 to 4 times a day. I was literally crying like 3 to 4 times a day. I mean, everything would set me off. I'd see a freaking Hallmark commercial. I'd be like, whoa! Or like, oh, we're out of chicken.
I mean, it's not funny that you had to deal with that. It's just the way that you tell the story is so funny.
Horrible. And I mean, that poor guy, like, we're still kind of newlyweds. I guess we got married in 2020, and he's like, I married this nice, happy girl that, didn't sweat and it didn't cry over, we're out of chicken or toothpaste or whatever,
And now she's sweating and crying.
Yeah, she's sweating and crying like, who is this maniac? He probably thought he got bait and switched, but there you go.
Ironic that you said bait and switch, considering, in my opinion, that's what you guys are doing here. Emotionally baiting and switching your audience. Oh.
Surprise!
So mood swings. So like I'm talking the first week, I started noticing that it was helping with those things. So
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Curing depression in a week with drops? This is extremely dangerous messaging. It dismisses real mental health care in favor of overpriced water.
Swings, hot flashes. I had more energy. There's actually a joke at our house that he used to take all of these sleeping pictures of me because I would literally, because my hormones were so out of whack, I would fall asleep everywhere. I'd fall asleep in the plane. I'd fall asleep in the car, like any place that you got. We went on vacation. I mean, several, but I would we'd be in like a little transit thing and I'd be like immediately like falling over on him asleep. And so he made like this sleeping album on Facebook and like people lived for these sleeping pictures of me.
Ew.
So long story short, there has not been a sleeping picture of me for the last year, until this past weekend. And the other day, for some reason, I think I took too much vitamin B at night and I was up till 3 a.m. So we went to the lake and I fell asleep in the car. And that's the first sleeping picture in a year. And I mean, he used to have them, I'm telling you, like every weekend, there was a sleeping picture of Ashley and people lived for them.
I see. I love these stories because it's not like we show before and after pictures all the time, but like, these are the stories that I live for.
Yeah.
I mean,
you live for them because you're able to take them and weaponize them as a sales pitch, essentially. Also, I find that really gross that you were having some sort of a problem with your health and you were falling asleep and your husband was taking pictures and posting them online. I don't know. I don't feel like that's very kind. You guys let me know what you think in the comments.
and it's just, that's so fun. Johnny and his sleep album. I cannot.
No. He had a sleep album. It was, I mean, and people like will message him still to this day and be like, we miss the sleeping pictures of Ashley because it was funny.
I want more.
Yeah. But no, I'm sorry guys. So the sleeping thing, I sleep like a normal person now. I don't fall asleep like everywhere all the time. I'm not tired all the time. Like I used to, of course, feel like I just could not get enough sleep. And I would sleep when I would sleep too, I'd sleep till like noon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like now I just pop out of bed at like, 6:30, 7:15, anytime in there. I just automatically wake up. So that's super nice. And those are things people don't even think about, but like, that's not normal. Like if you're tired all the time, that is not normal. You know? If you're having night sweats, that's not normal. You're having hot flashes, not normal. Your mood swings, not normal. All that is not normal.
Go to the doctor. A diluted MLM product that is making all these claims and doesn't have the scientific evidence to back it up is not the answer.
It's funny because you said that you noticed that within about a week, right? So people always ask me like, how quickly do you think that I'll get results? And and typically they're talking about weight loss. Like how fast am I going to lose weight? Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you do not want to lose weight fast. That's another red flag.
Everybody's different and we all have started at a different point and have different things going on in our body. But, sure, some people find that they have, weight loss or see a difference in pictures or inches within a week. But those are the things that
inches within a week
people could probably expect to see in a week. Maybe energy, maybe sleep or, mood, like you said, or improvements and that kind of thing. So those are also kind of things that, you can maybe even notice a little bit quicker than even weight loss. But
if people are so desperate to see results, and let's just say their results are weight loss or better mood or energy or whatever, anything in that first week is going to be placebo effect. In my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But pitching weight loss and loss of inches in 1 week is absolutely absurd and is misinformation. There's a reason why when you go to the doctor, if they say, have you gained or lost any significant weight in a short period of time or since we've last seen you kind of thing, those are important symptoms of many things. So to imply that you can lose weight quickly because of skinny drops, something that you're putting under your tongue 3 times a day, come on.
It's so nice to have extra benefits because sometimes people are taking things for weight loss that they're not only maybe they'll help them lose weight, but they're not going to get other benefits and they might actually even get sick from it. So
wow, nothing like villainizing what I believe she's referring to, Ozempic, or things that have been studied and are approved by the FDA as a treatment. Originally, we all know it was for people with type 2 diabetes. This is really fascinating. If your product were solid, you wouldn't need to villainize other things in order to say, hey, this product works. And also, there would probably, if it were solid, be scientific evidence to show that the product does anything. And there's just not. There's not. This is all emotional manipulation in a sales tactic, and it's disgusting.
I had a lady today, and then I'm going to go back to the weight loss thing because I do want to talk about that real fast. A lady today said she commented on one of my posts about hormones and da. And she said, I'm actually just got this, I don't want to say it, but SHOT, because Facebook does weird stuff with our algorithm. So
prescribed medication from their doctor? You could say that.
She said, I'm doing that, and I'm like, well, okay, cool. I mean, that's going to hopefully that will help you with weight loss. Although you and I know, like, we have a lot of clients that some it helps with it, some it doesn't,
Yeah.
And so whatever, we're not going to go there, but
no.
But you did. You just went there. Imagine implying that a multi-level marketing company's product is more effective than a prescribed medication from the doctor. I can't. These people will do anything to sell a product and will emotionally prey on their audience, in my opinion, to do so. It's absolutely vile.
People always forget about is the hormone balance or the body balance or the cortisol levels, So in addition to weight loss, you have all these other things,
Right.
Yeah, you have all these other things that have been studied by an endocrinologist who went to medical school to be able to help people with those. These are people that can't even tell you about hormones, which specific hormones, how they function, yet they're going to get on the internet and say, hey, this product is going to help you with hormone balance. Oh yeah? Which ones? And how do they function in the body? What do they do? What's their role? Yeah, I'm not going to make medical claims. Yet you are making medical claims by saying that you are, with this product, going to be able to balance hormones and cortisol. It's ridiculous. It's actually embarrassing. I'm actually embarrassed for these two.
And people sometimes just get so hyper focused on, one benefit. But I mean, this can help with so many different things,
Yeah, for sure.
And I think what I wanted to talk to you about the weight loss part with the drops is they come with that meal plan and a food list. So an optional meal plan and an optional food list. And I have friends that literally over the years have paid $1,000 a month for a nutritionist to tell them what to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Please give me a list. Tell me what to eat. Please line out my meals. Tell me what to eat. And like that comes free with the drops, It's just part of the program.
And who wrote that? Did a registered dietitian write that meal plan? I bet they didn't, because a registered dietitian is going to write a meal plan that is specific to the individual, their goals, and a host of other things, their medical history, what they're trying to do. But yet you get a meal plan with an MLM company. Who wrote it? We don't know. Oh, but you could pay, a nutritionist $1,000 a month. I had a lady that was doing that. Girl, please be so for real right now. So what you're telling me, Ashley, who's on the bottom, what you're telling us, Ashley, is that you are selling people these skinny drops, the 2 products that they have to put under their tongue 3 times a day. And you're saying, oh, it's going to help with weight loss. You get all of these other benefits, but people are benefiting probably more from following a meal plan and messing with their caloric intake, putting themselves into a small deficit. I would imagine. Obviously, I don't have the meal plan in front of me, but I would love to see it. If you guys have it, feel free to go to my website, erinbees.com, send it my way. So, Ashley, did you actually lose the weight from the drops, or did you lose the weight from following a meal plan that probably has you in a slight caloric deficit? Because I bet it's from manipulating your caloric intake. I bet it is.
You can choose to follow that if you want, because it's optional, or you don't have to. Now, me, for example, I'm not going to lie, I am not good at following the food list. Like, I try to do low carb as much as I can, like I make conscious choices most of the time or something.
So you're manipulating your caloric intake. Also, I'd like to point out that by them presenting this as an optional meal plan, what they're doing is they're creating this narrative that if you don't follow the plan exactly, then it's your fault. This is classic MLM gaslighting that we're seeing here right before our eyes. Now, has she said that? No. But I guarantee you, if she has a customer that comes to her and says, hey, I tried this, it didn't work for me, she's going to say, did you follow the meal plan too? And they're going to say probably something like her, well, I didn't really. And that makes it easy for her to say, well, you didn't follow my instructions. So, of course, it didn't work for you. You didn't follow my instructions. You didn't do every little thing I said that you needed to do. Weren't the products supposed to be this magical thing that people saw results in a week? Oh, no. Because they didn't follow the meal plan. Got it.
Same.
But I'm not like shoving a cake in my mouth or doing a keg stand, with beer or anything. But like, I'm going to I had a hamburger the other night, and it was a kid's burger, like at a restaurant,
That's fine.
So like, I'll make choices like that. Like, I'm going to eat, a kid's burger instead of a big burger or whatever.
Right. So you're manipulating your caloric intake. That's exactly what she's doing here. But tell us again how the weight loss was from the drops. Weird how that happens. And especially if she lost 35 pounds over the last year, those are small changes over time. So is it from the drops, or is it from changing how you're eating?
So portion control, So what I'm trying to say is I've lost 35 pounds as a side effect of having my body balanced and all that. But had I followed the food list and the meal plan along with doing these drops, like, I don't know, I probably could have lost 100 pounds by now, which would be scary because I know nothing.
You don't need to lose 100 pounds.
100 pounds. Oh my God. This conversation, this particular part is so dangerous. It's making me not uncomfortable. It makes me so mad because these are the type of habits that I work with many of my personal training clients while encouraging them to eat more and to get more protein and to not be afraid of food and to understand that, hey, you've got to eat in order to fuel your body. This language, the predatory nature of saying these things in this way to try and sell these drops that don't have any science to back up that they do what these people are claiming that they do is absolutely vile. It makes me so mad. It makes me so, I don't know exactly how I want to describe that. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. I don't know what Ashley looks like. I don't have her stats in front of me as far as height, weight, all of that stuff. I have no idea her activity levels or anything like that. But to make a joke of, hey, I could probably follow this meal plan and lose 100 more pounds. Well, I thought the products were effective. People were seeing results in a week. Why do you have to follow a meal plan? Why do they pair these things, these MLM products, with these meal plans? I can tell you. Because if it was just the products alone, because there's no evidence to show that they do anything, people would see zero results. But what they do is they incorporate the meal plans. People are changing their caloric intake. They're going to see some sort of a weight loss, most people, and then they're going to say, see, the drops work. But they're also building in victim blaming and shaming by saying, oh, you didn't follow the meal plan? Yeah, that's why it didn't work. But I thought the products, you see what I'm saying? It's absolutely wild. This is a very dangerous conversation that these two are having while laughing and giggling. It's just, ugh.
But I could like 10x my results if I want to follow that,
I'm the same way. and I said, I don't remember, I was talking to somebody earlier, you know, we try to make our good choices or whatever, but it is a lifestyle. This isn't something like, because I know personally, I've done a lot of things over the years, and I'll be really good and it's be like super extreme, but then if I go off a little bit, then I'm like, oh, forget it, I ruined it.
And that's on restrictive eating. This is a terrible habit. This is, in my opinion, tap dancing along the lines of disordered eating habits. There's no good or bad food. Food does not have a moral value assigned to it, and everything in moderation. You want to have a piece of cake? Have a serving of a piece of cake. There's nothing wrong with that, unless, of course, your doctor has said, hey, avoid these because of allergies, or avoid this because you have diabetes or something along those lines. Of course, listen to your doctor, but everything in moderation. And here we have this language. It just, oh, I hate it.
It's over, or I'll
Yes,
start
and
over
then
on
you quit.
Monday, or whatever the case is, where this is, you know, if I do have something that's not good, I'll have a little bit and then be able to move on, you know.
Not good. Case in point right here.
Yeah, everything in moderation, right? So that like you feel like you could live and not feel like you need this perfect time to do it.
Yes. You nailed it. That's exactly it. So you could still live life and do this, and you don't feel like restricted, like you and I, you know, like you said, we both done things over the years. Like I used to manage a Jenny Craig weight loss center. I mean, let's talk about strict. Like you get your little meals and, you know,
the little container.
And people, like, they'll do that. They'll lose, you know, 40, 50 pounds, whatever. Then they just fall off and just go off the rails. And so that's what's nice about these drops.
Oh my God, stop, Ashley. That's what's nice about these drops. It's different than restrictive eating through Jenny Craig. Please make this stop. This is absolutely vile. Those drops are basically water.
It's like you said, you just integrate them into your life, you know, and it becomes a lifestyle instead of something that, oh, I fell off the wagon. There's no wagon here.
And then you're feeling better and you're getting the other benefits from it. I mean, besides, like, you know, you mentioned the menopause symptoms and, you know, the night sweats and the hot flashes being improved. And then I'll go in our customer group and I see, you know, somebody like Eric saying, I think his was blood pressure, or somebody else was talking about improved cholesterol, or, you know, everybody's different, and nobody makes any medical claims. People are just sharing, you know, their experiences. But, you know, personally, and I think it was Liz the other day that says that her anxiety is so much better. I mean, that is huge.
Yeah. That's another, so that's another benefit that I've experienced too. I'm so glad you said that. And that's from the bottle number 2, you know, and because like my anxiety was starting to get really bad again, you know. I've always struggled with that, probably since I was like 28 years old, you know, and been on medication and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been on medication since I was 28 and I'm 51. And I was at the max amount that you could take of the medication, and it wasn't like cutting it at all. Like, I was having trouble being around people, you know, or wanting to go places and stuff. And my husband, that was not flying with him. He is like, no. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know she's trying to present this in a light and airy and joking kind of way, but if you are struggling with anxiety and your partner is like, this is not going to fly, and I'm not saying that that's what her husband said, I'm just going obviously off of what she's saying here. Oh man, that's awful. That's not going to fly with me. Oh.
Get your stuff figured out, because like I'm not going to be a hermit, you know? So
yeah,
anxiety.
Steals my
like, oh no.
Huh?
Okay, you're there.
Oh, okay.
It kind of froze for a minute.
One of my like alarms went off. I have like a million alarms for everything to remind me to do things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my oldest steals that second one to help his anxiety. He says it helps him. So
yeah,
all the time.
Yeah. So that's kind of been my experience, you know, with it. Definitely mood swings, helps with energy, you know, the sleep, night sweats, hot flashes, all that. I mean, it's been so, and then 35 pounds in the mix.
Yeah. There's a whole other thing. Yeah, there's so many benefits. It's crazy. I mean, even just looking at there's like a PDF that I found that has like every ingredient and then a breakdown of all the benefits of each ingredient. And each one has like 10 benefits just for one ingredient.
The thing I find interesting about this statement is that it's a proprietary blend. So it's going to have the ingredients listed, but it doesn't tell you how much. It just tells you the overall weight or the amount of that proprietary blend. So they can sit here and say, oh, I found a PDF that has these ingredients, but you don't know how much of each specific ingredient you're taking because it's a proprietary blend. So what research are they doing? Not on the products, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
And then, okay, so then there's also exciting this week. So our new product that was released that then was so popular went back on back order, and now it's back this week. So, and I know you're loving that. So if you want to chat about that a little bit.
There have been so many health claims on this video. I've actually lost count. Blood pressure, cholesterol, I think they've mentioned grief, or they're getting ready to mention grief, anxiety, unsubstantiated weight loss claims. I've actually lost count of all of them. And this is exactly why MLMs try to stay in that testimonial loophole. If somebody were to question them, hey, let me see the studies. Let me see, are there studies on this product? They're going to link studies on ingredients that are listed in the products. The studies are not going to be on the actual products. And I do believe that these people in multi-level marketing, that's why they have customer testimonial groups, because people are so desperate for answers when it comes to their health that if they can find something that may work, they're going to jump in, unfortunately, which is why we're here today. I hope that people don't fall for this stuff, because the testimonial loophole is absolutely real. And that's why they'll say things like what they have: the weight loss, the night sweats, the mood, the energy, the better sleep, all of that stuff that falls under that testimonial loophole. But when we get into like anxiety and all of those types of things, blood pressure, those are very, very dangerous health claims.
Yeah. So, okay. So people that are like super hyper focused on fat loss, like I've got to burn like that visceral fat,
Oh my God. Let me guess. This is a thermogenic. I have not watched up until this part, but let me guess. Is this a thermogenic?
I've just got the belly, like can't get rid of it. Weight loss is a huge thing for me.
That belly is designed to protect our organs. So,
they can add this on, or they can take it separately too, And so how I kind of explain it to people is, just like I said, if you've got like visceral fat, fat around the middle, this helps burn fat 10 times faster. And,
10 times faster, you say? Let's see the scientific evidence that proves that. Oh, wait a second. It doesn't exist.
It burns that visceral fat, that hard to get rid of fat. And I love it. You take 2 pills once a day. You can take it breakfast, lunch. I don't recommend dinner because I think that's what I did the other night. And that's it. Just take it with water, food, and you can literally, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I can feel my stomach getting flatter. Like, I love this stuff.
Everybody's stomach feels a little flatter in the morning, especially if it's before you've eaten. What do you mean?
And I take it in conjunction with the drops, because like I said, I need all these hormone benefits in here. Like, I'm not going back,
But for sure. I want all the benefits of the Advantage, but if I had to pick one thing, and I take other things as well, but if I had to take one, I would know the drops are like baseline. Yeah. For sure. Because of all the other things. Yeah. Because it even got me through, when I started, I had gone through like the most stressful season of my life. It helps with stress too, like balancing the cortisol. I had lost my brother and 2 dogs within 6 months of each other. And then I learned, then I was like finding like, I was like able to be like calm and not like, normally I'd be going crazy and eating all the things and drinking and whatever from that type of a situation. And I've learned that, and I was able to like stay under control, and I learned that there's an ingredient in there that helps with grief, which blew my mind.
I'm laughing because this is so ridiculous. You're telling me an MLM proprietary blend product, a homeopathic product that is basically water, is going to help with grief.
Like, who would think? Like, I'm taking something for weight loss.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I don't know which ingredient because I'm not a science person, but that is.
Yeah.
I don't know which ingredient because I'm not a science person. Also, there's no substantiated evidence that shows that these products do that. So maybe don't even make these claims. Imagine if you stripped away all of these health and medical claims on this video. What else would they be talking about? They would have nothing to talk about. People in MLMs have to use these types of testimonials and placebo effects and all of the things that we're seeing here because they have nothing else. They don't have evidence to show that the products do what they're saying that they do. So if we stripped away all of those claims, there would be no live stream from these two.
That's crazy.
Wow. I'm not surprised though, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and that's what, I mean, I'm so glad you said that too, because like a lot of people are emotional eaters. I mean, I know I am, you know, and like this has helped me with that. Like, I don't feel like I'm an emotional eater anymore because it suppresses your appetite. So it gives you time to like think about things.
Oh, it does. So it suppresses your appetite, which is in turn, you're also pairing that with a meal plan, a specific amount of calories that you are taking in. And I guarantee you that is going to be a slight deficit for a lot of people. So now it's an appetite suppressant.
You know what I mean? And then it just gets you in those healthy habits. Like once you, you know, keep taking it consistently every day.
Cravings, and there's something for like addictions too. So, you know, food addiction is an addiction. And
I'm sorry, are you trying to say that these drops help with people's food addictions or with addictions in general? Because that's what you just said. You just said addictions and then you said, well, and food addictions. What? I don't think that's how that works. Oh, God.
else, you know, too. So like the food noise, it cuts out the food noise.
Yes, it totally does. Like we actually get in fights sometime at our house because we're trying to decide where to go or what's for dinner, and no one can make a choice because we're taking these. And we're like, well, I'm not really hungry for anything, but I'm hungry, but I don't have these cravings anymore.
What do you mean? I'm not really hungry for anything, but I'm hungry. God, this is terrible.
Right. Sometimes you're too hangry to make a decision. And you're just like, I'll go anywhere. I just want to eat food right this second.
So my advice is keep at least one member in your family off of these and they can make the choice of where you're going to eat.
My advice is not to listen to anything these two are saying around nutrition or taking these products or any of it.
That is so funny. Yeah, I know. And then I'll get there and then I'm like, I want to order all the things. And then I start eating and I'm like, no, I got to bring it home. I can't eat it. I mean, I don't
feel like you have
a little
to.
bit, but then, you know, at least then you're, like I said, like you're enjoying. So,
So Advantage though, if you want to grab that, I mean, it's sold out, twice already? And so it's back.
Yeah.
So make sure, you know, if you're a friend of Lynn's, tag Lynn. If you're a friend of mine, tag me. We'll help you get that ordered, the drops or the Advantage, either one.
For sure.
I love when I see MLM reps stacking more and more supplements. I find that fascinating. And what we're seeing here is this product called Advantage, which is another unregulated fat burner with vague promises and zero ingredient transparency. Guys, the upsell never ends. The company's always going to come out with new products that are not backed up by scientific evidence, that are overly priced to pay for the downline commissions that the top reps get. It's an endless chain. That's what this is.
And I noticed you posted something in your story today about a 3 and free promotion or buy 3 get 1 free promotion like that for the drops.
Yeah. So you can actually, we have a sale going on right now, and you can join, and then you can get 3 sets of these, and then you basically get the 4th one free. So it's, you know, buy 3, it's in a set, and then you get a 4th one for free. So you can do what is that? 4 months, 4 months of these,
Yeah.
with that discounted pack. And then if you want to, you have a choice. You can either do it as a business or you can just experience it as a customer, and if you want to do it as a business, then you're going to earn commissions and bonuses anytime that you share your link with people.
I'm going to pause her right there because these two products, 3 packs of them where you get the 4th one for free, is like $400+ for 4 months of water drops. And they tell you to give it 90 days to rebalance your body. That's just a delay tactic to keep you buying, so they keep earning commission, hoping that something sticks and you'll continue to keep ordering. And now we're going to get into the comp plan pitch, the recruiting pitch, listen, it's a no-brainer here. Something along those lines, I'm sure.
And I always encourage people, try the business, because what's the worst that's going to happen,
Funny you should mention that, Ashley. What is the worst that could happen if you were to join a multi-level marketing company? I would love for you guys to comment below. What is the worst case scenario that could happen? I'll start. You could go into major debt trying to continue to have your monthly order. I'm going to get into some of the specifics of that here in just a second from Slenderiiz's comp plan. So we'll get there. But you could go into debt. What else do you guys... What's the worst case scenario that could happen by joining a multi-level marketing company? Let me know in the comments below.
I mean, we're all out there sharing on social media all the time. If you think about it,
we know
everyone's always like, oh, I went to this restaurant. It was so good. Oh, I got this shirt at so-and-so. Go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all this is just sharing something that you like, with your friends and how it's helped you. I mean, it's as simple as that. And then you get paid for it, so
well, and I love the 4-pack because they do recommend at least giving it like 90 days to really get your body into a rhythm. They say that with medication too, like you got to give your body some time to adjust and heal and process the things all properly, right?
Imagine thinking homeopathic water drops heals your body and coming on the internet and saying it with your entire chest. Imagine. Oh, we don't have to, because that's what's happening here.
Our friend Shauna said that she didn't see any weight loss, anything for the first 3 months. And then after that, she started dropping weight. Now she's down almost 100 pounds, which is crazy. And she's somebody, I believe, said she was never going to do the business. She just wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's like she earned the trip, going to Punta Cana and all the things. And she's amazing. She's truly inspirational. So anyway, that's why I like that 4-pack, because it gives you the 3 months, and then you get the 4th one for free. Or, I mean, even if you wanted to just, you can get the 4-pack and split it with a friend, or even if you're not doing the business, actively, constantly every day sharing. If you just, when people start seeing what you're doing and they're like, see you getting results, they're gonna be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, well, here, I'm doing this.
And when somebody mentions, if we're talking about weight loss, let's say that you're somebody in this MLM company and you started adapting the way that you're eating, changing the way that you're eating, following some kind of a meal plan, and you post pictures and somebody online says, hey, what are you doing? You look great. I'm noticing some changes. Do you think for 1 second that meal plan is going to be mentioned? Do you think for 1 second adapting or changing their caloric intake and adapting and changing their macros is going to be mentioned? No. It's all going to be credited to the drops.
Yes, and then you'll have your own link where you could just share the one that you have. So just like people share their Amazon finds. I mean, it's the same concept. So
this is a false equivalence fallacy. If you are somebody that is an Amazon affiliate, you don't get paid to recruit other Amazon affiliates. If I tell you guys, oh, I like this gray hoodie, you can grab this gray hoodie and it's an affiliate link. I'm going to make a commission off of that affiliate link, but I don't get paid more by asking you to sign up to also sell this same gray sweatshirt and sign up as an affiliate. This is not the same thing. These two are not the same things. And I feel like people in multi-level marketing have muddied the water a little bit when it comes to affiliate marketing. It's a very real thing. It's a very legitimate thing. Sharing a product that you love, earning a little bit of a commission. They're trying to make this seem light and airy, but the majority of what they're talking about here is health claims, medical claims, and now we're getting into the recruiting pitch. Oh, just try it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I don't know. You could lose a lot of money. You could lose a lot of friends. You could have some sort of a reaction to this proprietary blend if there's anything even in it, because it's a homeopathic product, so it's super diluted. So is it really going to do anything? We don't know. Anyways, what do y'all think about that? I think this is super wild, and their use of fallacies, I'm not shocked.
Yeah. I always tell people are going to ask you. They are, and they're going to want to know what you're doing. So you can either give them your link and benefit from it, use the money to buy your own drops, or, go on vacations, or pay off debt, or send your kids to college, or, whatever you want to do. Or you can give them my link and I'll do all that.
Right. And here it is. Just share your link and you could go on vacation. You could pay off debt. They downplay the work, they downplay the cost and the recruiting pressure because you are the real product.
So I recommend, as your friend, let's give them your link, because I really want to see all that happen for you too, because you're already using it. So like, why not benefit yourself and at least get your product for free,
Right. I get people refer people to me all the time, and I'm like, wait a second, just get your own link. It's not a big deal. And it's a one.
Well, I think they worry. Like I think they just worry. They don't either understand it, or they worry, or they think it's going to be some big old thing that they have to do, and it's not. It's super.
Or they're educated on what multi-level marketing companies are, and that's why they're skeptical. That's why they're hesitating. And you absolutely should be skeptical of these types of things. They're making it seem like it's easy and it's effortless, and it's not at all.
No,
it's just like saying
full-time job. So
yeah. Yes. Yeah, and we do this, in the pockets of our day. And so like literally, I mean, that is something really nice, I think, about our company. And like, I mean, I was with another company for 7 years, and this company, what I love about them is that all the automations and graphics are done for you, and boards. So many systems are just done for you. And so it makes it easy that anyone can do this business, even if you have never referred something in your life.
If you're in an MLM company and everybody is using the same marketing, the same graphics, you are an unpaid person on their advertising team, because the majority of people in multi-level marketing companies never make any money. In fact, over 99% lose money, don't make any at all. Oh, but you're getting your product for free. But you're working for free. There's nothing wrong with getting paid for your work. Oh my God.
Or if you're the busiest person like you
I've
you
never
can still
seen
do it.
Like it. It's crazy. Yeah. It's all done for you. So
yeah.
It's not.
Well, it was great chatting. As always, I'm sure that we could talk for hours. But
I know.
Okay, I'm done with this. I hope you guys are too. But I do want to save this last little bit. I do want to talk to you guys about their compensation plan, because there are some things that you need to know. Does it reward recruiting? Absolutely it does. Partner.co's plan heavily rewards recruiting, and here's what we know. You must buy or sell 200 PV or personal volume to even start earning. You have to maintain 100 PV or personal volume every month to remain commission eligible. You unlock bigger bonuses through team building, aka recruiting, and stacking downlines. And Partner.co brags that its system is turnkey with tools and automation, but what they don't say is how many people actually succeed. That's because, shocker, there's no public income disclosure statement, which should be yet another red flag for anybody that is watching this video and considering joining Slenderiiz. They can say whatever they want as far as income. Oh yeah, I'm making 6 figures. I retired my spouse. I did this. I went on vacation. But there's no data to back that up. Just like there's no data to back up the health claims and the misinformation that these two shared on this live. And when MLMs hide that info, it's usually because the numbers aren't good. And according to the FTC, most MLM reps earn little to nothing, while The few at the top benefit from all the recruiting below. And here's my final take on this company. The real cost of skinny drops, and let's be super clear, skinny drops are homeopathic, unproven, and overhyped. The science is non-existent, the price is excessive, the compensation plan is designed to benefit those who recruit aggressively, not the average user. This is emotional marketing disguised as wellness. It's loaded with false hope, vague promises, and financial risk. And at the end of the day, Partner.co's skinny drops might be thinning more wallets than waistlines. So before you pour money into yellow bottles and influencer dreams, ask yourself, are you buying a solution or just funding someone else's rank bonus? If you've ever been pitched skinny drops or any other miracle MLM wellness product, I want to hear about it in the comments. Like this video if you're here for the truth behind these predatory marketing practices, and don't forget to subscribe for more anti-MLM investigations, wellness scam takedowns, and no BS breakdowns of what's actually happening in your supplements. Let's keep calling out the lies, protecting our wallets, and helping others do the same. Thanks for being here, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.